Hey everybody, I want to come on here to specifically speak to something that I think is a really, really big underlying theme that's happening right now for a lot of us, and that is about really managing our internal state and managing our internal feelings and mental space and psyche, especially with so much external pressure and so much uncertainty and fear just looming around us like a big dark cloud. It can be really, really easy to get swept up into the fear and into all of just the storm that is this external world right now. And I just want to reiterate to each of you and remind each of you how important it is in this moment to really be hyper focused and disciplined on what you're allowing into your psyche and what inputs you are allowing into your space. So many of us are in quarantine right now. We are staying in our homes, which is beautiful. It's giving us some time to kind of literally just take a little break from the outside world on a physical level. But on an emotional and mental level, we are finding ourselves, and I'm seeing this for a lot of people, reaching out in every way to get information, to stay informed, to get updates. And what can happen if we're not aware of it and we're not staying disciplined about it is that we can start to have that be like a little addiction that comes in of like, we need to feed this fear, we need to feed this uncertainty with answers, and we want to feel in control. And when we do that, what can happen is we just start to seek out more and more negativity, and we seek out more and more information that may or may not be actually contributing to keeping our health and our mental psyche healthy. And I was recognizing this as, I've had a lot of women reaching out to me during this time saying, what can I do? And what about this? And I'm afraid about that. And all of these fears are very, very natural and very normal to be experiencing. And I also want to just give a huge, loving reminder that we have to really protect our mental space, and that when we are immersing ourselves in the news, in the media on a constant basis, in an attempt to feel more in control and feel more informed, sometimes it can do the opposite. It can make us feel more out of control and feeling like we have no information and no answers at all. So although it may be hard to just completely stick your head in the sand, and that may be not the best thing for everybody, I really do think that when we are feeling these emotions of overwhelm come through us, where we're starting to get concerned about what everything is happening in other parts of the world, or what's happening with family members or distant friends out in other parts of the world, we really just have to take a second to come back and ground within ourselves. It is so beautiful to be caring for everyone else, but we have to make sure that we're caring for ourselves first. And that means making sure that we're taking care of our mental psyche first. So to do that, it's about checking yourself every day and coming and having like a little 5-10 minutes, maybe in the morning, maybe in the evening, maybe 3 or 4 times throughout the day, to just check in with your heart and say, how you feeling, heart? How you feeling, right? How am I doing today? What's coming up for me? And start to evaluate how much time you're spending on the news. This is something that I've actually had to cut out the news for a full week straight, just because I was finding myself as a very empathic person absorbing in so many inputs from the rest of the world. And this was not helping me to stay strong and stay grounded in who I am and what I need to be doing for my best self and to be supporting each of you. And so I just want to reflect that back to you as well, is that it's okay to be informed, but we have to make sure that we're actually doing it with the right level so that we're not getting too swept up into the chaos. So, like I said, taking some time to check in with yourself every day and say, okay, how am I feeling? How am I feeling? And if you're finding feelings of overwhelm or feelings of stress or feelings of worrying about the rest of the world, this is an indicator that maybe there's too much that you've been allowing into your inputs. Because the only thing that we can control right now, literally, the only thing that we can control right now is how we feel. I'm going to repeat that again. The only thing that we can control right now in a place where things are so out of control is how we feel. And that is on a health level of how we feel, but also on an emotional and mental state of how we actually feel. So I want to really encourage you to do a life audit right now. And this is something that actually I do with clients and with women. I suggest this all the time, regardless of just this current situation, but all the time. It's taking a second to do a life audit and check in with yourself and say, okay, are there any people in my life right now who are not supporting me in being able to live in my best self right now? Are there any people that are feeding into my fears or feeding me news or stories that I can't be tolerating and handling right now? And it is completely okay to gracefully ask them to just take some space right now. This is a very charged time. It's a very emotional time. And so if there's anyone in your life that you're finding yourself kind of getting some friction with, it's really important right now to not try and force things to work or to feel like they're fitting, but to really take some time and space apart. And that is completely okay. And in regards to just taking care of yourself and just making sure that you're doing okay on the day-to-day basis, this is going to be different for every person, but I really, really highly recommend doing meditation practices in whatever way feels good to you. For some people, meditation practice is actually doing, deep breathing, doing breath work. For other people, it's actually listening to a guided meditation. For other people, it's actually doing yoga or taking a walk in a park and connecting to nature. But whatever way really feels good to you, I really, really highly encourage you to just take some time every single day to just check in with yourself and be managing your psyche and asking yourself, how can I continue to find positivity in every day and every moment? Another big thing that I've really just been tapping into right now to really give myself some peace and some calm in this moment is coming back to this realization that it is all in the power of now. The only thing we have control over is the now. And Eckhart Tolle wrote a whole book on this, The Power of Now. And it is so powerful and it's so important to come back to this place, right? Because the anxiety and the fear live in the past and they live in the future. That's where they reside, and that's where they're really trying to take you into. They're trying to take you into the past of what used to be and how great things were and how you're never going to get that back again, or whatever it wants to say. Or it's trying to take you into the future of worrying and trying to control the outcome of what's going to come in the future days. And neither of those places are in your control. Neither of them are actually going to get you anywhere closer to where you want to be. And they're taking you into your head and into that place of overwhelm and overthinking. So really taking a second every single day as you're checking in with yourself and just say, how can I make today the absolute best day that it can be? How can I reach out to people that do lift me up and do fill me up and remind them how much I care about them, how much I love them, be spreading that love to them? How can I really find gratitude in the situation that I have here? Even when it feels like it's not a great situation, how can I find moments to feel grateful in this moment? And just notice and see how your psyche starts to shift when you really start to see it from this different perspective. And if you do read something on the news and you feel yourself shrink up or start to get worried, check yourself there too and say, oh, dang, I did it again, right? It's okay, it happens, but just remember, okay, I checked the news and I probably shouldn't have done that because now I'm feeling tense and tight. And give yourself permission to just release that and call someone, lean on someone that you know is able to be strong for you right now. If you don't have anyone like that, you can reach out to me. I'm here for you. I'm here to be a strong rock for you to lean on. But this is so essential that we take care of right now, okay? And really, I mean, if you really want to take it to the silver lining, I'm all about silver linings, right? If you really want to take the silver lining, this is the most important training grounds. Because if you can get your mental sanity in check and your psyche completely clicked in the most horrific, crazy, uncertain times, just imagine how powerful your psyche is going to be when things are actually going well. Or when things are just kind of every day back to normal status quo. You are going to be in such a heightened, strengthened place if you can really handle this now. So instead of looking at this as being a horrible, horrible, stressful situation, see if you can shift the narrative and shift the story in how you're choosing to see your situation. And I have been incorporating this a lot into my teachings and my trainings with clients as well, of taking in what you are given, right? And instead of coming from a place of this is my life and oh gosh, and what about this? And I don't know about that. And really shifting it into okay, this is my life. This is the reality of what this is. This is what it's providing me in terms of opportunities. This is where I can really see myself flourishing and growing and really starting to shift from that negative mindset into the positive mindset. And that's easier said than done, I know, but it is the most powerful practice that I think each of us can do to really get a grip on our mental psyche in this moment. And watching the news, I will just tell you, is not going to help that. It really can degrade that and make it much harder to wade through it. It's kind of like if you know that you are this being of light, right? You are this deep, strong being of light, but you've got all these dark clouds in front of you. It's really hard to be able to actually see your own light and shine your light out to the world with all of these dark clouds around. So this is really the time right now when you are in isolation, when you are in this place of deep reflection, to come back to the place of, okay, where are these dark clouds coming from? Where are they stemming from? And how can I diminish them so that I can continue to bring my light to the world in whatever way that needs to be? Whether it's just that I can get through the day and get to my job and do what I need to do, whether it's that I can take care of my family and be that rock and that steady, sturdy rock for them, or whether it's actually doing a larger service for the world and being a light worker and actually sharing that light with other people in the world. This is your opportunity right now. It's such a beautiful, beautiful opportunity. So once again, I just want to reiterate, the news is here to share stories, but they are also here to share very intense, crazy stories, because the more crazy, the more attention that they get, and that's how they make their money, and that's how they stay afloat and doing what they do, right? So we really have to take that into account and manage our own mind and our filter, and really see everything in the external world from a filter, and imagining that you are just this core beam of light and you are filtering out with almost like a golden beam of protection everything that's coming in, and only allowing the things coming in that are the most purest light that you decide can come in to affect and be a part of you. Okay? So I want you to just take a big deep breath right now. Breathe in through your nose, expand out your chest. Imagine with every breath that you are like a wave, washing in and rinsing out any tension. Really taking those deep breaths throughout the day. And then I want you to really imagine yourself filling yourself with a golden orb of light. Literally like you are encased in a golden egg of light. And this is a protection. This is a shield. This is a filter. And this golden shield egg of light is what you get to connect into every time you go outside, every time you look at your phone, every time you speak with someone. And this can really, really help, using this tool to be able to just keep you grounded, keep you feeling safe, keep you feeling connected and centered to yourself. And remembering that the only thing you can control is how you feel. And the better you feel, the better you're going to be able to manage everything that's coming towards you. Okay? So that's what I want to leave you with today. I want you to practice that tool. And I also just want to let you know that I am so here for you. I feel very, very grounded, very, very confident in being able to hold space for you if that's what you're needing. So please reach out to me if that's something that you are not able to manage this at this time. I have great resources, and I am just wanting to just send that light out to you right now. Just send that love out to you, and I want you to know you are so safe and you are so supported. And this whole experience gets to be an opportunity for your growth. An opportunity for your growth, an opportunity for your expansion, and for your soul to strengthen from the inside out. And although you may have not been thinking that's what you were wanting to do right now, this is the opportunity that's coming. It's an opportunity saying, here it is. You get to strengthen your soul. You get to strengthen your mindset. You get to strengthen your psyche. So are you ready to do that? And when you step into doing that, it is the most empowering feeling, I will tell you, the most empowering feeling versus getting swept up into all of the storm of the outside world and all the clouds that are surrounding you. You are grounded, you are planted, and you are so safe. Sending you so much love today.